Hearing that bell, we allow ourselves, if we're somewhere we can, to just simply allow the eyelids to fall, just to close, just to shut. And with the visual sort of removed, although we do see, don't we see on the inside of our eyelids? But in a way, we're closing our eyes to what appears to be an outer world, that we may become more aware of our sweet, precious self. Our sweet, precious self, this body, this mind, this soul, these fears, these doubts, these worries, these goals, these wishes, these prayers. Just whatever we may on any given moment experience passing through us, we just bless our precious selves. We come together to do something extraordinary. And we're allowing ourselves, we could say we're doing this extraordinary thing, which is we are praying together. But perhaps an even more accurate way of speaking of it is we're allowing ourselves to dissolve into prayer. To dissolve into prayer, to let our sense of separation from the love that is just dissolve, release, and realize that sense of separation apart from God, that identity that it seems like I worked so hard to achieve, that it was nothing in the beginning, it was nothing to ever start with. I am that I am, you are that you are. There is only God, there is only love. You and I are a portal of its expression. And I am and you are wholeness, and I am and you are completeness, and I am and you are, dare I say the word, perfection. I know that's a loaded word, for me it is anyway. I'm not talking about the cruel perfectionism that's done so much harm to so many of us as we've succumb to this pattern of trying to be, what we thought would please someone else, what we thought would please our culture or society, what we thought would finally please ourselves, some criteria. We're not talking about that perfection. We're talking about a true, pure perfection in exactly what is. Exactly what is, free of judgment, the perfection that is. So already something magnificent is happening as we bless this episode of Prayer on the Air. I accept that what is to be said is said, what is to be heard is heard, what is to be released is released, and that which is to be embraced is embraced. I let it be. And so it is. Amen. 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 And remember that word amen just means so be it. So be it. So be it. My name is Angela Montano, and this is Prayer on the Air. Welcome. We come together from 52 different countries to pray for each other regarding anything that concerns us, personal or planetary. We're from many different religions and cultures. We're Jews and Christians, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, atheists. Many of us regard ourselves as spiritual but not religious, which is turning out to be a category in and of itself. I consider us to be a global prayer without ceasing community. I'm borrowing that term prayer without ceasing from Christian mysticism. And I say that because prayer without ceasing, from how it works for me, is maintaining a perception of wholeness. And I don't know about you, but I can quickly lose that because I judge. I name, this is wrong. This is less than. I should have, I could have. And then I'm dropping out of prayer in those moments. So I call it a prayer without ceasing community, not because I do that perfectly according to my ego's critic, but because every single day and every single night, someone, and it may be you right now, is listening to this podcast. So it's kind of like the candle keeps burning all over the globe. And sometimes it's just 4 people in a night might be listening. Sometimes it's 92 people in a day. But I consider us kind of holding vigil for this perception of wholeness that heals. And the minute you're listening, you are included in this vigil holding prayer circle and allowing this perception of wholeness to have its way with you, to bring your mind that you would in any way imagine to be separate and apart from the one mind of God, to kind of get, I'm mixing metaphors in a terrible way right now, but to kind of get its own chiropractic adjustment, to kind of bring it in to alignment. So fear tells us something's missing. Love tells us everything we truly imagine we want and need, we already have. So through prayer, we are surrendering to this relieving and very good news. So please go to my website, angelamontano.com, and sign up to receive an invitation to enjoy and join this prayer podcast live in real time, if it works for you in your time zone. As well as I have many articles on my website, as well as various very affordable products. I call them products, but they're like little courses that you can buy, little small recordings and things like that, that may assist you in your prayer practice. So I would just love to include you in this mystical, metaphysical prayer community. Also, you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, other podcast streaming services. And as I said, we welcome everyone live Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're also invited to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I think that's it. So let us now begin to just tune in to what are the prayer requests we have for today, and what is our download? What's our download for today?